Welcome to Evanston, Illinois. A little bit of a gusty Friday afternoon, but a good one here in store. It's Wisconsin and Northwestern, the first of three this weekend series between the Badgers and Wildcats. Wisconsin 30 wins on the year, Northwestern 25-1. Adam Beck alongside Zoe Alter here up in the broadcast booth. And Zoe, this Wisconsin, our second season with the Badgers. Slow roller right side, Boyd covering the bag at first. And the throw from Robinson in time, 1 up, 1 down.
A little bit of a baseball type play
on the bubble. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Over to Avasado at shortstop, makes the throw. Nice pick by Robinson, and there's 2 away.
Robinson's really adjusted into that first base role well this year. Obviously, last year was playing second, was an everyday starter, and has now transitioned to first base. Avasado, good pickup there, good throw, and just a great power for the Badgers.
1-0 the count, 2 outs here in the first. Slashed right back up the middle, base knock for Blomberg, and that's the Badgers' first hit of the afternoon.
Blomberg did a really good job coming up to get that ball, kept her hands above the ball, was able to power it through the infield.
A hitting machine, went 4 for 9 in the series against Minnesota. Currently on a 10-game hit streak, make it 11. Goes the other way for a base knock, 2 aboard now for the Badgers with 2 outs.
And that's 2 hits back-to-back by Wisconsin that were really unplayable for Northwestern, and that's what this was.
There's the 2-1. This one just soft contact. Avasado tracks it down to end the inning. Boyd navigates through a pair of 2-out base hits for the Badgers as Northwestern's batting order coming this season. That was her first game batting leadoff. Bunts down the first base line, and she's going to beat it out. Throw got away from Crane, who was covering the bag, as Bark had to come in on it. And Northwestern, I mean, it just feels like this offense, it's not always pretty, but they just 2 hole. Pops one shallow right field. Trying to find it is Crane. She drops it. Going to throw on to second base. So Nito out at second. Nader will reach. Kind of a wacky start to this bottom of the first. But the wind, I mean, it is blowing. It's 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Avasado, good eye. She will walk for the 5th time in Big Ten play. Still no strikeouts in conference play. 60 plate appearances, 5 walks, no strikeouts. And pretty impressive stuff for the first year.
That's a ridiculous stat line.
3 balls, 1 strike from Salo. Robinson lifts it over the infield, trailing to third base, and Blomberg makes the catch. So 2 down now for the Badgers as Salo navigates through Robinson.
Tough at bat there from Kansas. Obviously was looking, thought she was going to walk, and then just hit a pop-up. That's hard.
0-2. Driven towards right field. Slicing, it stays fair. That'll score 1 as Avasado will hold at third. An RBI double for Bridget Donahue and Northwestern on the board 1-0 early.
You saw the spin that she had on the ball off her bat, but also the wind, the way it drew there. See her swing at this ball right inside, just takes it right over the first baseman's head. Bart can't quite get to it, Crane can't quite get to it, and Donahue takes advantage of her speed, rounds first, knows that.
Salo readies the 2-2. 2 outs, 2 on. Cunha into right center field, base knock, it'll score 2. Northwestern up 3-0 as Izzy Cunha continuing to be so effective at the plate. 4-game hit streak for her now. And how about a 4-game RBI?
That's what these Northwestern hitters do so well. You see that ball lower in the zone. She reaches down, goes for that outside corner, and is just able to lift it right out. Not like it was that wasn't much power behind that hit, but it was placed exactly in the right place to get those runners in, and that's what you need to do. When you have 2 strikes and runners on, you just need to put the ball in play and let something happen, and that's exactly what Cunha did.
Cunha over at first, the 1-0 in the dirt for ball 2. Cunha will advance. So another runner in scoring position. That's what Northwestern loves to do. Just pick up extra bases whenever it can.
And when you
play the 2 spot, top 4 teams get a first round bye in the Big Ten tournament. Strike 3 looking as Ray sat down on Case. Salo allows 3. Northwestern up 3-0 after the first. Senior in her 4th year at Wisconsin. That ball just tabbed her shin, so she'll make the trot down to first, and there's 1 aboard for Wisconsin.
That's something you don't see a ton of from Lauren.
Depth of players in their lineup. Bojan rockets one into right field, base knock. 2 on the base paths now for the Badgers to start things off in the second.
That one obviously hit grass, but that
2. Boyd trying to pick up the first out of the inning. Soft contact right back to Boyd, throws to third. Donahue, the throw to first, not in time, but a heads-up play by Northwestern's infield defense. Pick up the first out of the inning.
Off center with how she's swinging right now.
And Lucy is somebody that will chase 18 strikeouts on the season. That's number 19. So Boyd gets the strikeout. 2 outs now with 2 on as she tries to navigate another situation with 2 on and 2 outs. Work again. 3-2. Slashed right side through the hole. Nader had a little trouble with it in the outfield, but Bojan will stay at third. So the base is loaded for Molly Schlosser as the Badgers knocking on the door.
Now feeling more comfortable with 2 outs and the bases loaded.
Schlosser's just been dynamite in Big Ten play. The OPS over 1,000. The batting average on balls in play at 400. The 1-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Big time strikeout for Lauren Boyd. Strands the bases low. Game reach base streak, which is the second longest on the team, just behind Izzy Cunha. First pitch from Salo, pummeled into right field, base knock. So Lindsay's now reached in 7 straight games. Hits in 3 of her last 4 base runners so far. The 1-2. Garden into right field, it drops. Lindsay on her horse, getting to third, she'll stay there. Runners on the corners, no outs as the top of the lineup due up. As Grace Nito will have an opportunity.
Scrappier stuff, but with a runner on first and third, that's where Nito excels.
0-1. Northwestern loves to do the double steal, and Garden will pick up second base. The throw to third off the mark, and Northwestern picks up another run. The aggressive base running works in the favor of the Wildcats again. It feels like we've seen it so much this season. And just a mental mistake from Blomberg. Couldn't quite keep that ball in front of her at third base. Northwestern, the stolen base at second. The ball gets away from Blomberg, and Lindsay pounces home.
And Avery Garden wanted home on that one. That ball rolled into the dugout. Looks like when it went off of Blomberg's lapper, that really changes the way this lapper has to approach.
This one just nubbed off the end of the bat. Felci throws onto first. A little bit of an awkward play over there, but Bark is able to keep it in front of her for the out. So 1 away. And that's exactly what you need. The 1-1 from Felci. Popped in towards left field. Easy enough for Schlosser, who's under it. Garden will hold at third. So Felci doing a nice job to limit any extra damage. Now 2 outs.
And for the Wisconsin defense, that's kind of a sigh of relief. That ball is in a place.
Had 3 RBIs in the series against Rutgers. Batted 3 for 10 in that slate of games. High chopper left side. And did it stay fair? It does. Just cut the corner of the bag at third base. Avasado trying to get to second base, and she will. So the chopper works to Northwestern's favor. Yvette Healy is calling for time. Might want to talk this thing over, potentially challenge this. Could you see that?
I could totally see it. I mean, you see here, just looks like something that bounces. The third baseman thought it was going to go off, and looks like it does hit the corner of the bag. So honestly, should be a fair ball. Really good call by the umpires there. She can challenge it and talk about it, but this should stay fair. But looks like it caught Avasado off guard as well. She went to round first and stopped there, and then was like, should I go to second? Should I not go to second? You saw her jump back and forth a couple times, but eventually.
Love to see it, but they haven't played particularly well at home. 5-6. You just got to find ways to put the ball in play, and that's what the Wildcats have done so far today. It's what they've done in Big Ten play. You see, like, if you get that kind of bounce, wow.
I don't even know. I mean, I don't even know if that's lucky or unlucky, but at that point, I think the umpires are just looking at if it did hit that bag and when it crossed that line.
So we'll wait on this. It's a long decision, and they're gonna call it that it was a foul ball. They're going to say it was a foul ball, so it'll be 4-0 Northwestern. Garden will go back to third base. Avasado back to the batter's box.
She needs to perform as soon as she gets in here and step in with a 2-strike mindset.
So Felci deals. Avasado laces one towards the left side. Blomberg makes the throw, but it's off the top of the glove of Bark. Avasado will step back on first. She thought about turning the corner, so had to come back to first base. But nonetheless, the run will score 5-0 now. Avasado now at first base, not second.
Such an interesting, weird little play, but here, almost the same hit as before, obviously not up in the air, but right down the third base line. Blomberg makes the play. This time she knows not to let it go foul. Catch it just off the top of the glove. Wisconsin here just needs to take a deep breath, reset. There's been some weird, funky plays, and reset, be able to, and you see it there as well, just Avasado taking second off the glove of Well.
Felci deals. Robinson lifts this one, and Wells will have the space behind home plate to make the play. Northwestern tacking on 2 after the 3 spot in the first. It's been a pair of, so right back up the middle, but nice play by Nito at second to throw on to first to get the out. So Blomberg out on the ground out to Nito.
And honestly, that's looking like the difference in this game. Both teams are putting the ball in play. There hasn't been that much of a difference in strikeouts in the field, and Wisconsin isn't.
Lewis, first pitch swinging, ground ball over to Robinson, steps on the bag, so 2 up, 2 down on 2 pitches.
Basically the same exact thing, except Robinson was a little bit over to the left and was able to.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Boyd. Strike 3 looking. Big punch out for a 1-2-3 third inning. Northwestern up 5-0, but Lauren Boyd has been dealing little bit of struggles early. Slew of Big Ten teams in that range. 3-2 in the dirt, so Donahue walks. And the leadoff man aboard for Northwestern.
Donahue, not a bad day.
Northwestern obviously won 11-0. Riley Grudzalonic throwing a no-hitter. Left side, nice play by the shortstop Hubbard, but Blomberg over at third base, unable to make a play on it.
It's a good
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ray, big swing and a miss, goes down on strikeouts for the 2nd time today. First time swinging, and there's 1 away.
And that's just a pitch she can't be swinging at, frankly. That was way out of the zone.
The 1-1 from Felci. Lindsay pummels left side, gets through the defense. Lindsay, an RBI knock, a 2-hit game as Northwestern attacking on another.
And honestly, on that one was a really good piece of hitting just up the left side, but looked like a little bit of confusion between Blomberg and Hubbard there. Looked like Hubbard slowed down a little bit, was trying to just play the backup role, thought that Blomberg was going to go for it, but then was just hit a little bit too hard and a little too fast for Blomberg to get to it, and was also in the hole where Hubbard couldn't quite get to it.
Strikes. Felci deals. This ball laced into right field, but not quite deep enough. Ball gets away from the second baseman. Cunha comes home. It's 7-0. Lindsay being called home. She'll score. It's 8-0 Wildcats as Garden makes her way to third base. Northwestern finding ways to score. It's not always pretty, but it just puts pressure on the defense.
I mean, it's the same story we've been talking about all day. There are easy routine plays, and not that she wouldn't have been out there, but easy routine plays that Wisconsin needs to be making. A good piece of hitting right outside of the outstretched glove of Conger there, and tries to slide in, tries to get it at second. Ball is in the dirt, can't get it, and you just see Kate Drohem there with the arm. Looks like it's about to fly off, actually, just waving everyone around and in.
Last 2 games, already 8 here through 2 1/3. Ball slapped left side, and it eats up Hubbard. Another run comes home, 9-0 as the Wildcats continuing to whack balls in play, and Wisconsin's defense just cannot handle it.
And that's the problem. We keep mentioning it, we keep saying it, but Felci almost at 40 pitches now came in relief, but this ball just hit hard, took a strange bounce there, but Hubbard did a good job trying to step up, field that ball. Looked like she was ready to throw it, but the ball, it wasn't even her fault that the ball played her, but took a weird view on the field.
It's the 4th error of the day for Wisconsin as Hubbard can't come up with that one. I'm sure that'll probably be ruled a single, though, for Nader. They don't pay me the big bucks, though, to score games, which is probably good.
Yeah, your score sheet looks a little messy
yeah,
over there,
it's besides the point. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Avasado lifts one towards center field. Just shallow left center as Hubbard will make the play on it. So 2 outs now for Robinson with 2 on. Was to Hillary Blomberg at third. Robinson, a drive towards right field, but the wind keeping things in play. That's how the inning will end, but not before Northwestern puts up 4. Northwestern up 9-0. The offense can 0 on the scoreboard. 3 strikeouts, no walks. Ball laced over to Avasado. Trouble at shortstop, so leadoff man aboard for the Badgers.
And the error bug isn't just Wisconsin, it's Northwestern too. And you have to imagine some of that. That's obviously sitting outside right now.
It's Emily Bojan at the dish for her 2nd plate appearance. Big line drive towards center field off the top of the wall. It's Wisconsin with the extra base hit. Runner 2nd and 3rd now, no outs. And Lauren Boyd gives up a hit here. You got to wonder, with Northwestern up 9-0, at 2nd and 3rd, Boyd fires. Dempsey over to Avasado at shortstop. She'll go to first to get the out, but Wisconsin on the board. Badgers pick up the first run of the day for them. The runner on third now, one out.
That's definitely a play right there that tests Avasado. It's a soft grounder. It looks like an easy play, but that's a more mental play than it is physical play. Avasado had made the error before, wasn't sure what was happening, and just comes back to her again, is able to recover, make the play, not have an error this time, and just a really strong
2 for 7 in the series against Minnesota. Pops this one over the infield. Robinson was going to come and get it, but Boyd will take it instead, and there's 2 away.
Boyd just covers so much ground, and I talked about earlier in the game how she was recruited as a third baseman.
Tapped over to Robinson, and that is how this inning will end. Olivia Bark grounds out to Kansas Robinson for the second time this ballgame. Wisconsin picks up its first run of the day. Northwestern still in command.
And then the whole team here finally getting a chance at the plate.
1-2, clobbered to left field. Back, it's gone. A pinch hit home run for Lauren Saborski. It's 10-1 Northwestern.
Saborski knew that one was gone as soon as she hit it in the air. She put that hand up, circled it, knew she was coming home, and what a great feel.
23 here at the J. Saborski with some power. What an offensive performance for Northwestern. I mean, 10 runs now, have double-digit runs in 3 consecutive games.
We talked about power, but that was just an absolute jack. The power.
It's Indiana earlier this month. Hasn't pitched in 13 days. Cunha slaps it right back up the middle, just off the glove of the second baseman. That's O'Brien over there at second base now. Wisconsin's no balls, 2 strikes to Ray. Hammers one high drive towards center field, but more of a wedge shot as the center fielder coming in on it to make the grab.
Definitely higher than it was far, but still a good piece of hitting. Got her barrel under just a little bit.
So 2 balls, no strikes to down. Chops this one slowly towards the left side, and there's the speed. Reaches first. Throw was off the mark, so Cunha will advance to third. Runners have given some other players some opportunities. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just off the edge. Dowden trying to steal second. The throw in time. So, nice job by Wells behind the dish. Tabs her 11th base runner up.
Advantage of those that you do have.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And there's strike 3 looking. Northwestern puts up just 1 in this inning, but have scored in every single inning so far. It was the Lauren Saborski
that is way out of the zone.
2-2 from Boyd. Schlosser pummels left side off of Donahue. That's hard contact. Schlosser going to try and go to second. The throw just not in time. Close play.
Whole time. If she had slowed down even earlier on, it wouldn't have happened.
Blomberg drive to left on the top of Welsh Ryan Arena. Blomberg with a Badger blast. This game's going to continue. It's just a 7-run ball game now.
Absolutely unbelievable piece of hitting for Blomberg, and she joins a run rule in effect.
Just the 4th home run that Lauren Boyd has allowed. You see a replay of it there. Blomberg has that kind of power. She's been so good in Big Ten play with the home runs. 8 of now 11 home runs on the year have come in Big Ten play. Up to 30. Payoff pitch from Boyd. Nice line out for the Wildcats. It was Avasado at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, had to put up her glove so it didn't smack her in the face. But yeah, absolutely a really good placement there, ready for the ball, and just had to put her glove up and make that catch. But for Wisconsin, it seems like in games, the magic number is usually 6. They're 21
today, 55-5. 55 runs for the Wildcats, 5 runs allowed. Ball hit softly over to Avasado, a little trouble with it. The throw to first off the mark, so the Badgers continuing to put runners on the base paths, putting pressure on Northwestern's defense. That's what Northwestern's done so well today, just making defense.
And especially for someone to move from shortstop to third.
2 balls, 2 strikes. High chopper, left side. Nice play by Avasado to get the out at second. The throw not in time. Robinson doing the splits.
Yeah, that was here 3-1.
3-1. Upstairs for ball 4. So the first walk of the day for Lauren Boyd. The 1-2. Soft contact, but it gets through the middle of the defense. Lindsay will throw home. Ray applies the tag. What a defensive play from Northwestern center fielder and catcher, teaming up for the out. Ayanna Lindsay.
And the fact that it's only the 5th and it tells you that tells you what kind of a game this has been.
This ball slapped left side. Nice play by Blomberg. Beautiful throw, and one up, one down. Nito
Blomberg
retired.
Doing it all on offense, on defense.
Bellevue fires. This ball rocketed into right field. Just off the top of the wall. Nader extra bases. She's on to second, and she'll stay there.
It looks like that ball was almost going to clear the fence, and that's
Avasado drive towards center. It's over the head of Lucy. That should do it. The tag not in time at second base, and Nader comes home. Northwestern walks it off. The Wildcats, another run rule victory. That's 3 in a row as Avasado brings Nader home. 11-3 the final after 5.
And honestly, tried to go for the tag at second, but it wouldn't even have mattered. No matter what Nader was scoring, she was coming around, touched the plate. Northwestern wins by 8 in a run rule victory after 5.
Avasado, the power of her bat, the big-time double, Nader coming home. It was just Northwestern finding a way to score runs. Early in this game was putting the ball in play. Later in the game, we saw a little bit more of the power, the Saborski solo shot in the 4th, and then back-to-back extra base knocks from Nader and Avasado to tally 1 in the 5th. Northwestern putting up runs in every single inning through 5. This is a Wildcats team that has just been fantastic of late. Now have won 6 in a row and their 12th straight win over the Badgers.